This is your host, Nick. And for today's episode of Clone Calamity, we have the Minotaur by Movall. I'm going to heavily skip the preambles on this. And at time of filming, I am going to go and send an email to see if I can get a response on this. Because there is one glaring issue. Even with everything down, as soon as the level goes up, and of course I can't leave the level down to play because you can't hear anything. That sucks. That is absolutely awful. I don't care if it's cheap. I have cheaper ones than this and they don't do that. So either there is a problem or this is awful build quality. And they should really go and work with that. That sucks. I shouldn't have to deal with a hiss as soon as I turn the damn thing on. Anyways, it's still a standard 3 drive of level, tone, and drive. It sort of looks just like the Tone City Bad Horse with that style of knob, except it doesn't. The Bad Horse doesn't do that hiss. The Bad Horse is slightly more expensive. However, there is something weird about this going on that I do not appreciate. So, let's go ahead and try and work with this a little bit. I'm going to go very fast in this. I'm probably not even going to play it extra. I'm just going to put this out there, and that's it. Because this is unacceptable. If by the time this goes out and I get an update, I will go and re-edit the video, re-upload, and tell you the update. Hello everybody, this is your host once again, but for part 2, still Vic. Anyways, so like I said at the end of the one video I gave, well, same video, this is the update to it. Wow. Anyways, unfortunately, as you can hear, there's still that noise, and it's all, when the tone, drive, and everything else is down, it's all based upon the level, which is very annoying. That shows this is not the average klon hiss. This is a much greater issue with the pedals itself, as this is the second one now. Now, granted, it's not as bad as the first one, because of course the first one started all the way back here. And this hiss doesn't show up until about here. But the whole deal is, like I said, this usually isn't a problem that shows up upon the level. This sucks. But, I mean, I can't exactly go and give a major update. But at least with this is much more playable. Because I can actually do stuff without it going too crazy. So, anyways, we'll just pick up to where we left off at. And I'll just go over it. So the Movall Minotaur is another clone by the company named Movall. I mean, this is such a disappointment, and I don't mean to like be like, oh, well, you paid so cheap. Okay, I got one cheaper that function, so I don't want to hear it. That's dumb. That's a dumb argument. If you pay for a product, you expect it to work regardless of the price. But at the end of the day here, the way I'm really putting this is that I don't want this problem to persist with people being able to buy this. As I know for a fact, a lot of older reviews of this pedal didn't have this issue. Anyways, I'm going to, I'll see what I can do about this. Because I know there is probably a small circuitry issue, most likely through the DC jack or anything like that, where it just shouldn't be too hard of a fix, honestly. And we'll see where that sort of runs out from there. But I'll keep everyone in the loop with that if I do manage to find a fix for this. Anyways, let's just go and do an actual proper review from where we left off. So we'll just have level up to noon, everything else down. This is the original tone. Very simple. And we'll just do the knobs where I'm just going to go. That's horrendous. Anyways, so as you can see, the noise threshold, I don't even have to do a noise section. It just comes in so quick. So I'm not going to bore anyone with that. We're just going to go and show it, which I did. That sucks. But, because again, it starts on the level, which isn't the normal klon hiss area, just to say. Let's move on to the next part here. Next part, as I usually do, I usually just try and play a little bit. So let's go. I'll find a tone, and then we'll go ahead and play around with it. I'll do some playing, and we'll get into the points. Anyways, so that was just some quick playing. Like I said, I'm not going to drag this off because there's already a whole first half of this with the whole, what's it called? Just everything showing the first effective unit. And like, I wouldn't call this one defective per se, but I will say it is not the same level of quality for comparable clones within this price point. As, like I said, it's that high-pitched whine, which isn't like a normal klon hiss. It's obviously, it's a DC jack issue, or some sort of issue with the circuitry itself that should be rectified, but I'll go ahead and, I'll see what I can do about that. If I ever do manage to do any, fixes with it, I'll be sure to give an update. But as it stands, this is just, I'm treating this as a review, and I'm not going to let the first pedal influence the review, just because that one obviously had a much greater defect. Because the whole deal with that is that literally the DC jack in here was extremely loose. And I tried multiple different jacks on the first one I'm talking about. This one, the DC jack, actually does lock in a lot better, and it's not loose. Like when I talk about loose, I mean I could shake the pedal and the jack would fall out. So tolerances were obviously a little bit off on that. And I'm using good power. Like I got the chocks and all that, so everyone knows that's not a power issue or anything causing that. It was a pedal issue. I do have a lot of stuff within my sub to make sure I'm giving the cleanest signals ever, so it's not going to be muddying anything else. The only thing that would sometimes cause mud within the signal is, for example, if I'm using a extremely high gain style of pedal into like my Arturia Micro Freak, just because there's not as much shielding on that synth, I end up picking up like radio stations. But besides that, that's like I said, I'm gonna keep the review just to this pedal, as I'll put this as the quote unquote working unit. But before we get into the points, first I want to say this video is sponsored by DefCloud, as you can see them right here. DefCloud is a small family-run business, and they do have a lot of different selection, including Korg guitars, which if you don't feel like buying from one of the other very few dealers of Korg guitars in the United States, they have them there. They also carry Korg for synthesizers and plenty of other fun, very boutique and small family-run pedals. I highly recommend you go to them. I was a customer of theirs before they decided to sponsor me, and I do appreciate their sponsorship. Go ahead and check them out, which I do not get money if you buy from them. This is purely a sponsorship direct, so there's no affiliate links or anything like that. So if you are worried that I would gain from that, I do not. Just go support small businesses. And thank you once again for sponsoring the video. So for points, so we'll just go by build. Form factor is a miniature pedal with those two little things. I hate that, as everyone knows, so it's a 3.5. It feels stiff, it feels strong, the foot switches are fine. It's like everything's fine on it. It's a fine build-wise. But I absolutely cannot stand miniature pedals, as it is a pain for me to adjust. 3.5 out of 5. For the tone, ignoring the hiss, it is just a klon, so it just sits at the basic 3.5. It does the klon sort of thing. However, because this is the second one, and I'm only evaluating this one, and this one still has plenty of noise to go to, I'm going to have to ding points. I'm going to put it like a 2.8, honestly. It's not good. It's obviously, the quality is very low on this one. So I'm going to have to really ding on that. I don't know, like I said, there might have been something that changed between the reviews I've seen, which were years ago, to the current models and all that. But yeah, they're not too good of a noise threshold. It's very noisy, very whiny, as we have heard. And given that also the first one had a quality control issue, I mean, there's something there. And like, I'm not going to go and say like every pedal is meant to be perfect, but every single pedal I have got from cheap to expensive has not yet had a serious quality control issue yet. This is the first one, and I am including Behringer in that, as I am at the time of filming. Okay, I've used all my pedals before I review them. So I do, because I want to get a feel of them, so I'm not going into a review completely blind and looking like an idiot when fumbling around. I do that enough naturally. So I can say for a fact, all the other pedals I have been able to test and work with, they have not had a quality control issue yet. I don't know if I'm lucky, or if it's just, like, again, it speaks to this brand. And that's what I'll leave it at. I'm not going to bother more with any more of that. So anyways, the final score, I'm going to give it like a 2.965824 out of 5. Tough. That's how the cookie crumbles, man. I ain't going to go and try and be silly about it. That's just how it is. Sorry. Anyways, this has been your host, Mick. I'm going to just hold them. Go ahead and like the video if you like the video, or like it anyways just because it helps me out in the algorithm. Go ahead and subscribe to continue to watch along with whatever is going on here, as I don't even know what is happening here. And go ahead and leave a comment if any of y'all have used one of these pedals before, or if you have an idea for a pedal you think I do not own yet. At the time of filming this, I do have 75 different clones that I am working through, so I may have not missed it, but if you think I may have possibly not found it yet, please leave a comment. Everything is appreciated. But once again, this has been your host, Vic. Thanks for watching. Bye.